Hello friends, welcome to Kavita's classroom. And in the series of learning the forms of market, today we have reached the last form of market, that is oligopoly, to discuss. But before discussing it any further, same request, please like, share and subscribe. So let's proceed with our work today, and we have to talk about oligo means few, poly means sellers, right? So this is such a market form which has got few sellers. And when I say few, though there are few sellers, but every seller has got some significant proportion of the market sales. Means the presence and absence of every seller is a matter. An addition to this number would substantially decrease the share of others, or exiting of this one of these members would add to the share, the market share of the present members. So these few sellers impact each other very much. Right. So this is this format of market where we say there is a high degree of interdependence. Okay. The product may be the same, may not be the same, means homogeneous or heterogeneous. It all depends. But the point is the sellers are few here, right? And it is featured with cutthroat competition. There are number of, the strategies also to cut that cutthroat competition as well. So let's talk about the best form of market. Here is the four-wheeler market, right? This is oligopoly format in India's context, right? So let's proceed further. When we say features of oligopoly market, one, the small number of big firms, means every firm has got some significant proportion of share. It enjoys the partial control over prices through brand loyalty, right? And exit by any firm and entry of any firm impacts the other firms of the market. High degree of interdependence. What does it mean? It means that all the firms which are there in the market, right? They are highly dependent on each other for their price and output decisions. There are primarily these two policies which are of extreme importance, right? Like for prices. If someone tries to capture a better market share by reducing the prices, you never know, others also copy you and they all are now selling at a reduced price, and ultimately it's your loss. Right. But if you want to try that price should be higher and others do not copy you, then you are eliminated from the market because you are charging extra. So there is huge interdependence of every action and reaction of your other market rivals also in this market form. Okay. Then we have not possible to determine the firm's demand curve, though it's written not possible to determine the market form. Actually, the demand curve here, in your senior classes, you would talk about the Sweezy's kinked demand curve. Right. Kinked demand curve. What does this say? Actually, the demand curve in this market form is indeterminate. Why it is indeterminate? Because it looks like this. And what does this mean? It means it is a kinked demand curve with a kink at this price. Kink at this price means this is the price rigidity which is seen in this market form. That this is the price at which the things would be sold, because people, if try to increase the price, right? So what would happen? It is a, you know, elastic demand curve. They would lose on the quantity, others would not react. But if people try to reduce the market price, right, to gain the market share, the others may have the same price cut and you would not really be able to have the benefits of that reduction in the price. The demand curve here looks like this. It's a kinked demand curve, and when we say kinked demand curve, it's made up of elastic, highly elastic and highly inelastic demand curve. How? When you're talking about this segment, which is the lower segment, which simply says that if you want to cut down on the price, people are copying you. You are nowhere, you are not reaping the benefit. And if you are increasing the prices, that's highly elastic. Demand is highly elastic, and people are not copying you there, and you simply reduce on the market share. You lose your market share, right? So this price P is the price which is determined here in this market form, which is rigid. So we have a price rigidity as the major feature in this form of market, right? Then we talk about the formation of cartels. Cartels, as I talked about, cartels also becomes one of the major reasons of the monopoly market form. So to avoid the competition, right, they create cartels, they unite with each other, and that type of oligopoly is called collusive oligopoly. Collusive means if firm A and firm B are there in the market, they know that both of them would be working. Cutthroat competition would be just enhancing the benefit for the customers, but both of them would be losing. So instead of that situation, they say that let's unite together for the price and quantity decisions, right? And hence let's have the best benefit from the market. So under this, output quotas and prices are fixed and they unite with each other. The price leadership is accepted by the cartel, right? So collusive oligopoly is like a monopoly form of the market, right? And that yields the benefit of monopoly profit. Okay, then we have entry barriers because there are only few members in the market. How and why would they allow the entry of the others? Because even one entry would significantly reduce their own market shares and profits. So there are a number of barriers created by the patent rights and other such barriers, right? Which avoid the entry of other people in the market. And there is non-price competition. So to avoid the price competition, as I said, there is a price rigidity. So instead of fighting on price aspect, they try to fight on non-price aspect, on other things, like they bring the brand leaders there, they advertise their products aggressively, right? So there is aggressive non-price competition here in this market form, right? As I told you, the collusive and non-collusive oligopoly means where they unite together when they are not working as rivals to each other, and there is non-collusive means when their decisions are independent of each other, when they are not colliding with each other for price and output decisions. So here they are working as rivals to each other, right? Perfect and imperfect oligopoly, as I told you here, the market product is may or may not be homogeneous. So if they are working on the homogeneous product, it's called perfect oligopoly. And if it is a differentiated product, it's called imperfect oligopoly. I hope with this we have come to the closure of this chapter. Let's meet again for the determination of price under the market forms in the next video. Till then, see ya, study hard, bye-bye.